Introducing your champion.
Pain, death. Nothing phases me.
I'm Jumpmaster. Follow me or stay out of my way. Drop there. Time to kill.
Quindi siamo in due. Ranked. Guarda, no?
Let's hunt over here.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Enemies.
They got the champion.
Attention. First blood.
The first has fallen.
Came back right over here. Down.
Slow.
Spotting target. Here.
Sure.
Target here.
Kill leader appointed.
Succhia corre le cagazzi.
I'm the nightmare.
Succhia ragazzi le
You and I will survive together.
Ancora in due.
This is your champion.
I am the hunter the gods have sent.
Land there if you know it's good for you.
Prepare for battle.
Ardi però.
something good this way.
Need more kills. What's over here? Smell that. First blood.
Beginning ring countdown.
Already in the ring. This is gonna be fun. Backpack here. Level 2.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
There's a new standard stock here. Level 2. L-Star here. Optics here. Mid-range.
Voglio mandare da un altro posto.
Standard stock here. Level 2.
Backpack here. Level 2.
I need it.
L-Star here. Go here, now.
Heard that.
I see a target in the distance.
Winning. Ring closing.
Coming here.
We're in the opening fire. Just taking fire.
Shots fired at me.
Next victim, right here. Frag out.
Reloading.
Thermite out.
Trust in the old father.
Attention.
Recharging shields.
Aircraft is on high. The fight is not even. Multiple squads attacking.
Healing.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields. Taking a moment.
Skin suits are here.
A champion has fallen.
Enemy out there.
Scanning
Please don't get locked in.
Have some fun.
Chiusa, sporre, lecca, ragazzi, su che figo.
I know what you're looking for. I'm in.
Introducing your champion.
I am the hunter the gods have sent.
Got a good feeling about this area.
Land there if you know what's good for you.
Heard that. Hostile close.
I love this part!
Let's hunt over here.
Got our first worm food, compadres.
Someone's out there.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Next ring's far.
Open spiving over there.
Enemy here. Getting shot. Someone's got a death wish. Reloading. Using a med kit.
I actually got hit.
Last one finished. They're all... Get up before I kill you myself.
And I'm back in the game. Using mid.
Hop up here. Choke.
Medkit here.
Healing. Dibs. Healing.
The ring's closing in a minute. We're not close.
Using a med kit. I want an extended light mag.
45 seconds and it's far. I mean, I'm still good.
Attention. The champion has been eliminated.
And your next champion is right here.
I want an extended light mag.
Warning. Ring movement in progress.
That ring's closing in, and we're not inside. Hey, if you want to die, it's your funeral.
There's a jump tower over there.
ones who've been here.
Attention. Delivering.
Heads up.
Let's hunt over here. There's a new kill leader, and it isn't me. Zipline here. Extended heavy mag here. Level 2. Gonna shut you up.
Spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Reloading.
Charging shield. Come on, come on.
That one's down. Reloading.
Getting shot at.
Using meds.
Recharging my shield.
Whole squad's taking a dirt nap.
Oh, you ain't messing around. We just killed the kill leader. Okay, what now?
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3. Sniper stock here. Level 3.
Optics here. Close range. Thermite grenade here.
Medkit here. Phoenix
Patching
kit
myself
here.
up. Gotta hop up here. Choke.
Phoenix kit here.
Round 2.
Gracias.
Beginning
Body
ring
shield here.
countdown.
Level 2. Next ring's far.
Yeah, I could use that.
Follow the tunnel. Let's explore this way.
Charging shields.
Set the portal.
Porco dio, dov'è? Peacekeeper. Ho visto prima.
New kill
Porco
leader
dio.
appointed.
New kill leader. Watch for them.
No, ho mancato il portale. Boh.
Peacekeeper here. Need a hop up. Anvil receiver.
I want light ammo.
Mira, light ammo here.
Light ammo here.
I'm not thanking you.
De nada.
Attention. The champion has been eliminated.
Champion's gone. Wanted them for myself.
Might be something good this way.
Dude, wait.
Warning. Ring closing.
We're already in the ring.
There's a zip line there to take that.
Might be something good this way.
You might be of use to me yet.
Care package being delivered.
Care package out there.
Let's explore this way.
Medkit here.
Dibs. Ready, set, go! Gracias.
Medkit here. I didn't
Save that
do
for
it
me.
for you.
Kraber here.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
We're in
Never
the
mind.
ring,
Care
which
package over
means
here.
they're coming to
Kraber
us.
here. Forget that. Kraber here. Standard contact. Gotta hop up here. Handle receiver.
Su posso arrampicarmi sui muri? Ma coglioni.
Someone's out there. Enemy here. Giant skin suit. Let's enter the shadows. Suits are here.
Come on, compadre, get up. Come on, come on, come on.
That's the last of that squad. This dimension's looking up. Careful. EMP incoming.
Okay, I'm expecting a thank you. Healing.
Taking damage.
Ah, I'm hit. Charging up my shields.
Need to recharge my shield.
They're shooting at me. Charging up my shields.
Taking fire.
Looting over there. Reloading.
Recharging shields.
Care package being delivered.
Yo, we should def check out that care package.
Just shut it. Someone's
Can't believe I'm standing still. You're...
I'm taking shots. Grenade.
Beginning.
Hope you're not expecting a thank you. Using a med kit.
Opening fire.
Thank you, man.
Spotting target here. Throwing a thermite. Throwing a thermite. Shields are low. Recharging.
Porco dio, ma dove cazzo arrivano?
Arcstar. Throwing Arcstar.
Reloading.
Someone's here.
Reloading. Punching a tunnel.
Charging on my shield.
Coming.
Shooter, move.
Please help me. I'm...
We broke open. Enemies right here. I got some right here. Right here.
Good, we're inside. We have our Apex champions.
Breathe easy. Watch your side and never quit.
Alright, let's do this. It'll be fun. And if not, well, we all make bad choices. You live, you learn. Life goes on.
They made me a killing machine. Who am I to argue with programming?
Introducing your champion.
I'm Jumpmaster. I can already smell the blood.
Io andrei qua.
Drop there. Time to kill.
some champion, huh?
Attention. First blood.
Found a body shield here. Found a body shield here. Level 2.
Beginning ring countdown.
Opening fire. Third shots fired and they're hitting me. Downed an enemy. Killed an enemy.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 2.
Don't go thinking I owe you anything.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 3. Come on, say hello.
Spotting a target. Firing on him. Down one.
Go, let's go, let's go.
Reload. Killed one. Dropship incoming. I'm not the only one back from the dead. Body shield here. Level 3.
User appointed.
New kill leader. Go on, watch out. Looking for sniper optics.
Got an extended sniper mag here. Level 2.
Listen up, I'm getting shot at. Enemy spotted.
Kill leader eliminated.
Someone's got a death wish. Gonna shut you up. Welcome to taking fire.
Can't use my abilities right now.
20 seconds of 1000 FPS capture. Now, because that's not long enough for some of our tests, pulling backup duty today is our red Epic W 8K camera that is going to be running at 1080p 240 FPS. Hey, how's it going, dude?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what you're doing today?
Yeah.
Okay, so we set it up so that while we are running in-engine tests, in-game tests, rather than just like a web browser-based skills trainer, the tests are really designed to test your skills, as opposed to test your ability at a game. We actually had some special development done for this video in the YPRAC Aim Trainer so that we could get exactly the data that we were after.
Okay. And what is YPAC?
It's a workshop map by Jesper that's basically like a combination of a whole bunch of different skills training things that you can do. Testing your reaction time, testing your flick shot aiming capabilities, your flow kill rates as you have enemies popping up in a shooting gallery, all kinds of cool stuff.
Okay, so we got a lot of tests.
We've got 5 different tests, and we're going to run them until we start to see statistical convergence and we can be confident in our results per gamer. So you'll be trying at 3 different frame rates, 60 FPS, 240 FPS, and 144 FPS to determine where is that point of diminishing returns, or does FPS make a difference at all? Are great gamers just great gamers?
Is it FPS difference and hertz, or is it just FPS? You know what I'm saying?
What a wonderful question. I am so glad to be working with people who get it today. This is awesome. So that matters, because if you're running a 60 hertz display, but your graphics card is pumping out 300 frames per second in CSGO and your frame rate capped, you are effectively getting much newer information on screen than you would be if your graphics card was only outputting, let's say, 70, 75 frames per second.
So I was actually really late to the 120 hertz monitor change. So when I played Counter-Strike, I played on 60 hertz. And all the top players, I had no money at the time because I was really young, and all the top players had 120 hertz. They were on that new, right? And I was sitting there, and I was on 60, and I was still doing great. I swapped to 120. Yeah. Honestly, it didn't really change that much, so I do really think that if somebody played on a 60 hertz long enough, they would play just the same as playing as 144 long enough.
I guess we'll find out. There's a lot of that today.
So I'm Corey Nigra. I go by Corey inside of game, and I'm a damage dealer for the Washington Justice in Overwatch. I didn't really start using like 144 or 240 until I started playing Overwatch.
Interesting. So that was quite recent for you then. You're a late converter. How much of an improvement are you expecting to see going from 60 frames per second to 144 and then from 144 to 240?
60 to 144 is like a huge jump, like 70%, like you feel the difference.
Yeah.
You immediately see it.
Yeah.
You really have to be looking at 144 to 240 to really notice it, but I'd say there's definitely a jump, like a smaller jump to the other, maybe like 20%.
Okay.
Started on Twitch about like 4+ years ago. I got really into, I actually started with fighting games, believe it or not. Got into shooters about like a year later, and then I just kind of basically just rode the wave of like all the FPS, evolution from like H1Z1 to like PUBG and all the games that you know today.
I understand I'm supposed to be representing a certain class of gamer. You told me it was probably the best of the best.
The technology enthusiast class of gamer.
Someone who builds more gaming computers than actually plays video games?
Yes. We've got 5 different tests, and we're going to run them until we start to see statistical convergence and we can be confident in our results per gamer. Test number 1 today is pure reaction time. Shroud clicks in order to indicate that he's ready for the test to begin, and as soon as it turns green, he clicks again as quickly as he can. This tells us his raw reflexes.
Do you want a Red Bull?
What about coffee?
Have coffee, but
so
just
if
have
he
a little bit of coffee before
sips it at every stage?
Yeah, if you sip it at every stage, then yeah.
So this is a great discussion. Mike was hankering for a coffee, and we actually turned him down because we shot the tests out of order, and we've already done one without caffeine in his system. So now we're just going to have to see. This is it. Your biological steady state.
I'm slow. I'm sorry, I'm slow. Yeah, I don't think for this test specifically, I don't think 60, 240, 144, I don't think it's gonna make a difference because the only time you feel 60 versus 240 is when you're moving around like so, and you can feel like the tear and everything, and it's just something that you're not used to, but when you're standing still, it's all the same. So I don't think I'm gonna notice the difference. In my mind, I know that it does not feel good, right? Because I'm on 60 and I'm like, ugh, this feels terrible, but I actually haven't done legitimate like stats and break it down and like maybe I did get less kills. No, I haven't.
Wow. So one of the things our audience asked us to figure out is whether you are in fact human. And with that kind of consistency,
yes,
I can't say that I'm sure. That's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
so consistent.
Back in my glory days, maybe 1.5 consistent. 1.72.
Now, some of our tests are purely synthetic, and a couple of them are really focused on your reaction time. Now, everyone knows that gamers are basically over the hill by the time they turn 30. Are you expecting your youth to be an advantage in those kinds of tests versus someone like me? I'm 33.
I would say yeah, a little bit.
Wow,
but
what a dick. You know what? This interview is over.
I mean, it helps a little bit. I'd say a lot of it comes down to practice in the game, because being used to be able to see like certain things. Like I was watching Shroud do the off in the middle of the double doors, and if you're not familiar with doing that every single day, then it would kind of make a little bit of a difference.
Sure. Test number 2 is still a reaction time test, but this time it's a practical one. The classic double doors sniper position on Dust 2. So once you shoot to start, at random intervals, a counter-terrorist player is going to run across the door and jump across. Now, these are bots, so it will be in exactly the same location every time. So right there on the second line on the truck there is about where he's gonna cross.
Okay. So this isn't about aiming. This
No.
is about just keeping it steady, clicking when I can.
Correct.
Okay. How am I missing right now? Are we on 64 tick? I'm telling you, I hit this guy at least 3 times. Okay, that was a whiff, but it's just bad, I guess. This is hard, man. I'll get him eventually. Oh boy. I got nothing. 0.
How is that even possible? Like, it looks to me like he's hitting it. Just so you guys know, we double-checked the server tick. It's 128. That's not the issue.
It's not good. I'm sorry, Linus.
Well, don't apologize to me. Apologize to the millions of viewers.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Can you explain to both of us the science behind why those shots looked like they were hitting, but did not register?
Yeah, so at 60 frames in hertz, you're kind of getting delay in 2 areas. You're getting delay from the game state to what's actually being shown on screen. So the guy's actually in a little bit different spot because the rendering took long enough to reach your monitor. Additionally, your input is also delayed. So when you click, that is going to take a little bit longer time to actually reach the game state. So you're getting kind of latency in both directions.
So check this out. That's pretty cool. All right, is there a different mic?
I don't know. I got confused for a second.
And you can see we have multiple frames of our 1,000 frame per second camera that correspond to a single frame on the monitor because it's only refreshing 60 times a second, right? So I gotta scroll through pretty quick here. So that was a clear miss.
Yeah.
But this one up here, how tippy toes can you get? Because we can't really adjust this right now.
I'm good.
Okay. So this one right here, there's your crosshair. That one's more arguable. You kind of hit him in the tush.
Mm-hmm.
So that tiny difference could be exactly what was just explained to us then.
Maybe.
Interesting, hey?
I hope so, because it's making me look real bad.
So I'm going to tell you something. You absolutely smoked Shroud and Corey in that test at 60 hertz. Do you think you could train up at 60 and hit as many targets as you did at a higher refresh rate?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I can.
okay.
Because honestly, like, when I was kind of like going through the test and I was kind of feeling like, you know, that slight delay, it's almost like a pattern, right? You don't want to press it too fast, otherwise you're just going to come up short. So, like I mentioned before, like I came from fighting games, right? We had like a big delay between like Xbox and PlayStation, especially when it comes down to like 3-frame inputs and stuff like that. For this one, it's a little similar. If you press it too soon, even though you feel like you're confident that you're going to hit it right on the target, you're going to hit it way before. So you have to like kind of enter in your head that it's like a slight pattern. Because this one, you have to like master a delay. With the higher refresh rate, you just have to master more of a reaction time, I would say.